Hello and welcome to Fundy Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I'm an empath and intuitive card reader. And first things first, I'm putting up my smudge. This is for you guys anyway. I'd like to share it. This is a mixture of sweetgrass and sage. For those of you that are brand new to the channel, I try to do this before every reading to clear out the old, tired, heavy, oppressive, dark energies and try to bring in clean, crisp, pure energies and positive ions from the Atlantic Ocean. And bring forth any messages today for the sign of Leo for this general mid-month reading for September 2016. For those of you that are new to the channel, I pull 5 cards from the Oceanic Tarot deck for all my online readings. And there's the book right there. That's just what the deck looks like. And the book, Jane Wallace is the creator, and illustrations, Jane Delaford Taylor. At the end of the 5-card spread that I pull from the 78-card deck of the Oceanic Tarot, I pull one significator from my other deck called just Tarot, and that is written by Bridget Reed, and the illustrations are by Colin Howard. That's it right there. Okay, those for those of you that are new. Okay, I want to give thanks right off, real quick before we get started, to all my subscribers, to Fundy Fortunes. I'm glad you guys are here. For any likes and shares and views and comments. Love all that stuff too. Thank you so much for that. And for anybody that's new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you're new to YouTube, the red subscription button beneath this video window, if you just click it, subscriptions are free, and you can leave anytime you like. I don't think you're going to want to, though. Every time we post anything new, you'll be alerted via your email notifications. That way you're not going to miss any videos. And this is a general reading. Just to emphasize that, which means that this whole reading may resonate with you on a personal level and may not resonate. If you find you'd like to have a private reading, I do offer that service. The information for that's all found in the description box below this video window. And let's see, I pulled 5 cards. Each card falls in its own placement with a specific representation. The first card that I pulled in the first place is your overall energy of the reading. The second card is your wealth and finance. Third card is love, heart, and romance. Fourth card are your challenges for mid-September. And the 5th card is your message from Spirit, and we'll pull a significator at the very end. Okay, so, no messing around here. Let's get on with this reading. Okay, first card that I pulled for you, Leo, for mid-month September 2016 is 6 of Swords and 6 of Wands. No, 6 of Swords. And it's all about calm. This is the overall energy of the reading. The message is concerning calm. Let's see, get it down a little bit there. There. Okay. Alright, so when this card appears, Leo, this is a card of reassurance. Calmer waters. Especially after upheaval. And some of you have been going through some, and I mean super, and it's not just like one person that I know personally. I know a few Leos, huge major life changes right now. Being bombarded with a bit too much reality of life, we'll say. That's all about to slow down now, and things are going to get back to normal for you. Calmer waters after much upheaval. Some of you are going to be traveling over water, and some will be moving on in positive ways. New work is on the horizon for some of you as well. Another meaning of this card is protection and prioritizing the important things in your life. Some of you have had a wake-up call, a shake-up call, and now you're starting to prioritize what is important to you and for you in your life, because you know that at any second everything could change and is completely out of your control. So yeah, things are becoming, your priorities are changing for some of you. Some of you will also, when you're doing this mental list of what's important in your life and what you need, you'll end up leaving a few people behind, or places or things even, that no longer serve your purpose to you. It could be a job, and it's run its course, and enough is enough for you, and now's the time to either step up, grow up, move on, kind of a thing. The advice of this card is to go with the flow, and at this moment when change is coming upon you, or even if you're implementing change in your personal life yourself, or maybe you compartmentalize different areas, your financial part of your life, your romantic part of your life, your family part of your life. Um, any changes coming about from any of these things, just go with the flow as the change comes along. You don't need to resist anything right now. The energies are implicating that it's safe to make changes right now. You're in the clear. The keywords for this card are journeys, moving on, safe havens, finding peace, resolution, and protection. Some of you, I feel, are going to make a move, and some of you, it's a literal physical move from home to another home, from one to another. Um, and the whole area is brand new to you. This is for one or two of you. And the way the place makes you feel is what drew you in. It feels like a safe haven. For those of you that are going for big time change and direct, you know, it's the same deal. You could travel overseas. You've done your legwork. You've done your investigation into what life would be like in a specific place that you've pinpointed and said, I want to go there. Some of you may go travel first, test the waters a little bit, um, and see what the job market is like, what the cost of living is like, what availability there is for housing for you. Um, this kind of thing. Do people bus around? Do they drive? Do people have cars? What's the main motive? All these things come into play. So some of you, it's a very deliberate reach. I'm going there, and this has been planned out. I have an itinerary, and I'm going to make my checklist while I'm there, um, because something has drawn you into this specific place. I have no idea what. That's just for maybe one or two of you. I mean, the numbers are really low on a major change like that. And for the rest of you, it's going to be changes through family and relationships that are going to be coming on. Some things won't even be within your own control. Second card that I pulled for you, Lee, is the Queen of Cups. She's all about sensitivity. Support card. This fell into your finances and your wealth. Wealth is all personal perspective, is it not? You know, the way I am, as long as my bills are paid and I've got food in the house and a few little creature comforts around me, and my bank account could be zero, but I'm feeling pretty wealthy because my needs are met. So for somebody else, they're not feeling wealthy at all unless the bottom line for the balance on your bank account where your savings is. If it's got to continue to go up. For some people, it's never quite enough. That's okay. It's a personal thing, right? So we got the Queen of Cups. Cups are all about hearts, and this is all about sensitivity. So the advice of this card when it turns up is to tune into your nurturing side. In decision making, your emotional side. And intelligence will be your best guide. So be very careful when it comes to making, as the first card insinuated, well, it outright said changes are coming. You're making changes. For a lot of people, I don't care if you're changing jobs across town or changing apartments or homes or moving. Whatever comes down to is going to affect your bank account. Your bank account comes into play. What you have for money comes into play at some point or another. It's just logical that it will. Be very wise and intelligent. Don't make any really quick, fast moves with your money. Don't take all your money and just dump it all into a house and then sit there penniless and saying, well, I'm here now, what do I do? Um, you have to be realistic and intelligent. You have to plan out what your monthly expenses would be, and I'm not going to go on and on about that, blah, 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 right? But for some people are like that. They say, I see that house and I want it and I don't care. And then they get in there and they don't even have half the furniture that should be in there. The place is a tomb, a mausoleum, and they don't because they can't afford it. All they wanted was that. Well, there you got what you wanted. You got that house, but you should have been more specific with details and putting wishes and things out to the world. For some of you, I just want to touch on something now. I watched a movie called Doc Martin. It's out of the UK, and so that all you people from the UK will recognize Doc Martin. And it was a prequel to his series that's on television. This had to do with the Celtic folklore, not legend, but folklore beliefs. And it was this funny thing. Doc Martin wanted this house really bad. Somebody else kind of came in and undercut him when the house went up for sale, and they put bids and whatnot. But he wanted to have this house in the country. And he's new to the village, and he doesn't know anything about Celtic folklore. He knows that they're into weird beliefs and very different things, and fairies and spells, and the beliefs that they have. They're all very superstitious. But there was one, and it was called "To Get What You Want." To be sincere and be careful what you wish for. This thing called a cloutie, Cloutie, and the word is derived from two words, cloth, tie. So what it is, it's a ribbon. Some people will, take a shirt like this, and I have a wish, and it's something that I want. So I'm going to take this old shirt, and I'm going to wear it for the day, and I'm going to concentrate on, owning this property and making it mine, and that's what I want. I want to own this property. But you'd have to stop and be careful and go, but I want the money to be able to maintain it on top of it. So I'm wishing for extra money. I'm wishing to have this property fall into my ownership. And so you take, at the end of the day, after concentrating on something, it's just an example, take the shirt off, and you cut a ribbon of the material off the shirt, yay long, probably that long. Then you find a water well. That could be a well on a property, on a modern piece of property even, if there's a tree very close by to it, or a natural spring. And there's usually a tree hanging over a natural spring. So you tie that ribbon to a branch by the well or the natural spring and make your wish. And the warning is that be careful, because it can come back on you 3 times over. And I was watching the movie, and someone else said, oh, that's interesting how they came up with that. And I said, how much do you want to bet it's not something that the writers came up with for the movie? So I Googled it, and sure enough, there it was, clouty. So you can Google it as well. There are very many different beliefs with this. Anyways, it worked in the movie. Well, what the heck you got to lose? So if you want things, and you're looking for things, and financial stability for anybody makes life outside your own personal essence of who you are. It's everybody around you, your community, your neighbor, your friends, your family, your relatives, your loved ones. If you're doing well or holding your own, it makes a difference within that whole unit that becomes encompassed of what is your life, what your life is. And, if you're broke and penny pinching, it's the same thing. It has an effect on everything that's around you. So, be careful what you wish for, but put in the details is the point that I'm trying to make. You need to put in, I don't just want that house on the hill. I want more than that. I want to be able to furnish it. Let me furnish this house. Let me have this house. Let me furnish this house. Let me have enough wherewithal to maintain this home. You need to put it. Go ahead. You've got nothing to lose, so go ahead and try that. If it works for you, why the heck not? And make life that much better. And then you can become more nurturing as the card success in a financial way, in a secure way, and help others out within your friends, your family, your structure of people in your life. Be openly loving towards your friends right at this time, and your family. This is the time to be. When this card shows up, She is offering you an atmosphere of loyalty and creativity. Projects will thrive. Focus on your relationships with children and friends. The singles, emotionally, you are ready for a new love. So for you Leos out there that are thinking about starting over, now's the time to do it. Green light all the way. Financially, I feel a nudge to say for some of you, this is probably the most secure you've been in your life. So why not follow the next progression and grow from that? Um, you've made your mark. You're very comfortable in the way you make your income and in your living. And now you can enjoy and focus on the more important things in life, your friends, your family, your structure of people in your everyday life. Okay, so for some of you, money's going to grow. No two ways about that. No two ways of being wrong about that. And some of you are finally reaching the spot you want it to be, and now you're going to level off. So that's going to be that. So the very next card that I pulled for you, Leo, is the Page of Cups. It's all about imagination. Falls in your love, your heart, and your romance sector. And when pages appear, always about them bringing you messages. And it's of cups as well, which is all about the heart and all about love. And this is all about imagination. And it fell into your hearts, your love, your romance. So it's an appropriate card. A young person or somebody who's young at heart. They don't have to. You can have somebody that's 55 that behaves like they're 18. We all know somebody like that. This person, whoever they are, has much to offer you and others as well. They bring you a message of love coming your way in the future. Projects and finances will flourish. The advice in this card is to enjoy the lighter side of life. Play and let your imagination run free. Keywords are companionship, outings, fun, playfulness, imagination, love, news, and finances. And so far, these three cards, and not that they always do, but I'm feeling these three cards are married to each other. I don't mean people, but I mean the cards literally are. There's a marriage between all three of the cards. You know, your overall all energy, and then your Queen of Cups, and then now this one, the Page. These are all the same people in the same situation, affected in the same way. These cards are connected. They are married, in a manner of speaking. Some of you are in the throes of love, feeling the glow of romance, feeling the glow of love. And it has truly been, and you've all heard me say this now, except for those of you brand new, it has been the summer of love, and it's not over yet. So now we go from warm summer nights and bonfires, campfires, going for walks, sitting outside, watching movies, going to the drive-ins. Yes, we still have a few drive-ins around. Doing really romantic things, and you get to know each other. You know, eating out at a sidewalk cafe in the middle of a nice sunny afternoon, and celebrations, outdoor activities, outdoor gatherings, communities. You've shared that all summer long. You've gotten to know each other all summer long. Apologize for my clock. It's 11 bells. And now, here's where things get really, really interesting. Usually, with the nudge that I'm feeling to say is, if you've made it this far into September now, we're at midsummer, the end of summer, and if the relationship, if you're still thinking about that person just about every second of the day, if you feel like when you hear their voice, it's like sliding into a nice, warm, cozy bath, if you're still making plans, when you start to make plans for October, November, that means that one or both of you is looking and making future plans. That's a big green light to say, you know, keep going straight ahead. And you'll probably get carried through the winter months. This could turn into a serious relationship. If people don't plan to talk any further ahead than November, because Christmas comes after that for a lot of people, not for everybody. But it's that time of year when we celebrate, we have our celebrations. And from where I come from, it's Christmas, so I tend to focus on that. But if, you know, You're in a relationship and you guys have made plans like 3 weeks from now. You're planning on going to a symposium of some kind. Taking little weekend trips here and there, but you haven't gone past November. If you haven't, but you want to, but the other person hasn't brought it up, it's time to investigate a little more and maybe do a little bit of nudging to find out how far is this going to go. Because people, if they're not sure about this relationship, whoever you are, you won't talk about Christmas. Christmas is a big deal. You don't go, it's just not proper to buy somebody this, a really nice Christmas gift. Um, Even it's almost like Valentine's Day. If you've got no more further intentions, don't be buying presents. So and most people are aware of this, so they won't talk about after November. So for some of you, the relationship may be ending soon, and if it does, for some of you, that's okay. It was summer love and it was great, and most of you'll never forget it. For others that have separated throughout the summer months and spring months, it'll be the summer you wished you could forget. It's been rough and it's been hard. No two ways about that. Um, but things are changing. October's coming up very soon, Leo. And for every other sign so far, big major changes are coming. There's a shift. There's the shift. I know it's out there, and I'm not big on the astrology part of things. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to investigate what the shift is because I know there's one coming. Without even looking it up, I can feel there's a shift. And I'm sure once I Google it and do some investigation and some research, there will be something causing the shift, and it's going to bring about a lot of change. It's coming. Fourth card that I pulled for you, Achievement, Eight of Pentacles, in your challenge sector for mid-month September, Leo. Okay. My hands are a mess today, too. I did a lot of cleaning today. I didn't get around to giving myself a manicure yet. Okay, so this card is here to tell you achievements in the professional fields of study are highlighted right now. This card is of the perfectionist. There's a challenge right there. Small details are important in pride and work, and high standards as well. This attitude will pay off now. Finances will improve from hard work, and another meaning of the card as well is success can come for those of you doing entrance exams. Right now that's going on because it's that time of the year, so yes. There'll be some of you, and you'll do well. You're going to pass them, but you get more than what you need for your passing score. Some of you are returning to further your expertise on whatever it is your skill set is in life. You're taking it up to the next level, getting like re-certified, learning new courses that are implemented into your skill and your choice of career. Things change every day. So there's some of you going back, so you swinging the old backpack on the back and trudging her off. Advice for this card, you have the ability to earn more and learn more. Wherever you focus, wherever you throw your focus is where you'll find your success. So focus, focus, focus is a big key word, and the challenge is for mid-month September, Leo. Keywords are analysis, dedication, details to work, commitments, money, education, and perfectionism. And I wanted to touch on the perfectionist part. Some Leos, yes, you are. Everything has to be done a certain way in a certain time. And you're going to have to like soften the edges up with that a little bit and pull back in a little bit. And it's going to not sit well with you at all. But for one or two of you, it's going to be, that's not perfect. And I am not happy with that. And you've got nothing else. It's hands off. After that, it's not yours anymore to say anything about or to do anything about or try to meddle back in or fix things. Something that was your project has now been handed over, passed over, and now you see flaws because it's in somebody else's control, someone else's hands. You're going to have to bite the bullet. I don't know why that's in there, but it is. The next card that I pulled for you, and this is your message from Spirit, and this is the vortex, and it's about temptation. This is your message from Spirit. All right. So for some of you, now remember, this is a general reading. It doesn't apply to everybody, all right? This applies all through the reading. For some of you, it may hit home. But when this card shows up, Spirit is saying you're feeling trapped. You're feeling trapped by your job. You're feeling trapped by your money issues. You're feeling trapped through your love affairs in your life. You're starting to feel lost. The common meaning of this card is affairs. And we are talking affairs of the heart. You may be feeling at this time, Leo, that you have no control over others having control over you, if that makes any sense at all. You're feeling slightly distracted because of an attraction to another that is just somebody that's no good for you. So that's nothing good's going to come out of it. And that's where the word affairs comes from. Because you're feeling trapped in issues with love and you're feeling lost, some of you are being self-indulgent and wanting to feel alive again. And whatever relationship that you're in right now, it's feeling pretty dry, like it's not going anywhere. Um, you know, it's one of those ones you can be home all evening together and you pass each other in the hallway and you barely speak. Or it's a very, a generic feeling in the room. They sit down and watch movies. One's in one armchair, one's in the other. There's not a whole lot of conversation. There's no fighting going on. That's just it. There's nothing wrong. But there's no passion that's there. Some of you will be very, very easily distracted. If a man or woman comes towards you and there's eye contact and there's that pheromone thing that happens, it could happen really, really quick. And you can get yourself into a whole big turbulence of problems. You really don't want that. You know what? If you're not happy, work on it or get the heck out of it. Life is too short. For some of these people, for some of you people, you Leos, not you people, you Leos, they're showing addictions here. Addictions to people that no longer serve us any purpose, and we know it, and they seem to have a bit of a control over us. That's addiction to somebody else, and that's not a good thing. Ever, 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 ever. You can get addicted to your kids, and even down the road, somewhere that's not going to serve your purpose at all. Being addicted to another human being is a bad place to be, no matter how happy you believe that you are. Okay. The addiction is different than because love is all about obsession. When people fall in love, that's really what's going on. There's an obsession because it's all we can think about. It's all we want to have around us all the time. But when things go wrong or they start to slack off and we move on to other areas, with an addiction, that normally doesn't happen. You're with somebody that's not good for you. Addictions are not good for anybody unless you're, addicted to helping out people. I don't ever hear of that one. People, I'm addicted to volunteer work. Addicted. That isn't, I'm addicted to giving all my money away and everything that I own. No, that's crazy, right? I'm being silly, kind of. You know, you'd be surprised with the world out there, what's going on, but there's some addictions going on. Some of it can be to substances as well. Absolutely. You know, um, bondage, addiction, it is truly just an illusion. It's something you're going to need to fight against. That's for some of you. Take back your power. When you look at it that way, if you're a type of person, Leo, and you don't like signs of weakness from other people, and if you're addicted to something, or who are you to judge somebody else when you have your own addictions and you need to take back your power? Because that's what addiction's all about. When you step on top of the addiction, you're the one controlling it, not some stupid, thing. I don't know what it could be. It's drugs or drinking or whatever it is. Gambling, maybe. Gambling, controlling somebody's life is bad. That's a bad addiction. But you can step back into power and say, I don't have to dump any money into any machine to feel complete at the end of the day. That's a big thing. Let's see here. The keywords for this card are choices, contracts, control, power, affairs, restrictions, and addictions. And this is your message from Spirit. I just want to show you one thing before I lay this card down. This is the vortex. Alright? There's a merboy, or young merman. And then there's the mergirl. One of each. And they're caught in the vortex, the both of them. Caught within their addictions. They're into places and people they shouldn't be that are not good for them. Right outside the turbulence of the vortex are calm waters. The waters are calm. They're that close. All they have to do is pull themselves away, and they're home free. Just wanted to throw that in there. So, the last card that I pulled from the deck of tarot, Four of Cups. Four of Cups. Your significator. All right. Let me get my book. There we go. This card can represent a positive period of self-reflection and renewal. By taking the time to go within to dream, muse, and reflect, you restore your emotional balance. The Four of Cups also represents kindness from other people. So what that's telling right there, Leo, is that you need to, as it says, regenerate and renew yourself. So when you step over things like addictions, you can find people that are like-minded. That this your significator is brought to the forefront in the reading. So if it doesn't show up in the 5-card spread, it comes out in the tarot. But addictions and things were showing, and it seems to say that there are like-minded people out there, no matter who you are in this world, no matter what it is that you do, and it doesn't matter what it is you're doing. There are always going to be like-minded people. You know, if you're an alcoholic, we all know, there's Alcoholics Anonymous. And groups are spread everywhere. There's meetings 7 nights a week. You'll find kindness in these places. And same for any kind of drug. I think, Alcoholics Anonymous, AA, covers, drug addictions as well. And for those that are addicted to relationships, you need to look to your friends and family for support, to know that somebody's going to be there to catch you when you fall. Because giving up a person that you're addicted to is probably harder than kicking heroin. When you're addicted to other people, the same pheromones and chemical releases go on in the body, because it's not the body, your brain doesn't recognize who you're or what it is you're addicted to. It's just the signals of addictions are tapped off, and you go through the same emotional responses, the highs, the withdrawals, the extreme lows. You need family and friends around for something like that. Okay, Leo, that's mid-month. I've been saying this. I don't know what October's going to hold. Like I said, I feel this shift coming up. I think it's going to affect an awful lot of people come October. I'm wishing you the best. Please, 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 Leo, get out of the nasty relationships. And if you're having an affair of any kind, do it the right way. Get out of it the right way. You can always walk with your head up and clear looking ahead. Always be honest at the end of the day. Remember your integrity and your pride as well, because Leos are very proud. Double check the integrity that you're doing and in the place that you are in for all the right reasons and not the wrong ones. If you're there for the wrong ones, pull the hell out of her. Just get out of her. Life is too short. Release the other person so that it's fair for them, and fair, not just fair for you, but fair for them. And they may not think you're doing them a favor right now, but if you don't want to be there, push it off, break it off, release them and let them go so that they can get started again down the road. Watch your money flow. You're not broke. For those of you moving up in the world, don't forget where you came from. That's important. Don't forget where you came from. You may be riding high right now, but you know what? Life can throw you some quirks and pull it all away in a heartbeat. Be grateful and appreciative. Haven't subscribed to the channel yet? Hit the little red subscription. I'll be back in 2 weeks. And we're going to be looking at October. God, Lord knows what we're going to find there. Anyway, for now, please enjoy the rest of September. It's still summer. It's beautiful. And when October rolls around, one thing about it, it's going to be a beautiful month. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope to see you back in a couple of weeks. Goodbye.